When God makes you wait, what if the very place where you feel stuck is the place where God is secretly building the strongest version of you? What if the delay you hate is the doorway God is using to take you where your heart has been praying to go? Waiting can feel like a slow unraveling of the soul. When the thing you long for hasn't arrived, when the prayer you've prayed 1,000 times still feels unanswered, when everyone else seems to be moving forward while you're standing still, your heart begins whispering questions you don't want to admit. Did I miss something? Did God forget me? Is something wrong with me? Why hasn't it happened yet? Why is this taking so long? And the truth is, waiting isn't just a timeline issue. It's an emotional weight, a spiritual stretching, a kind of quiet ache that settles into your chest, especially late at night when you're alone with your thoughts. You try to trust. You try to stay hopeful. But some days you feel numb. Some days you feel tired. Some days you feel like you're holding on to promises with trembling hands. I need you to hear this clearly. You are not weak for feeling this way. You are human, and God is not disappointed in your tears. He is not frustrated by your questions. He is not surprised by your exhaustion. He sits with you in it. He whispers through it. And he is closer in the waiting than he ever seems during the breakthroughs, because waiting is not punishment. Waiting is not abandonment. Waiting is not God ignoring you. Waiting is preparation. Waiting is alignment. Waiting is God protecting you from arriving in a place you're not yet ready to carry. Waiting is a sacred classroom where heaven does its deepest work. It is where God strengthens what you will one day stand on. It is where he stretches what will one day have to hold weight. It is where he purifies what will one day need to endure fire. Waiting is where God takes the raw material of your life and quietly shapes it into purpose. You think God is doing nothing, but he is doing more in the silence than you can see in the spotlight. Sometimes you're waiting simply because it's not the right moment yet. Not for you, not for the people involved, not for the purpose attached to your future. God's timing isn't random. It's strategic. It's deeply intentional. You are not waiting for the moment. You are waiting for the God-ordained intersection. The moment when his plan, your growth, and the circumstances around you all align to reveal what he prepared. But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. Isaiah 40:31. The verse doesn't say, those who wait will lose strength. It says they will gain it, because waiting with God is not passive, it's empowering. Think of Joseph. He dreamed at 17, but he didn't step into purpose until 30. Every delay, every pit, every prison, every forgotten moment. Was God aligning Joseph with the right people, the right place, the right season? Had he arrived early, he wouldn't have been ready. Had he arrived late, the nation wouldn't have survived the famine. Waiting is alignment, even when it feels unfair. Sometimes the blessing itself isn't the issue. Your capacity is. It's not that God won't give it to you. It's that he loves you too much to give you something you're not yet shaped to carry. The promise is ready, but God is preparing you to hold it without breaking, to steward it without fear, to live in it without losing yourself. The refining pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold. Proverbs 17:3. Preparation can feel like pressure, testing, stretching, refining, but it is not meant to crush you. It is meant to strengthen the parts of you that the next season will depend on. Look at David, anointed in private dash dash, but then sent back to the field, then into years of running from Saul, then into battles he didn't choose. Why? Because God wasn't just giving him a crown, God was giving him a kingdom. And the weight of a kingdom requires a heart forged in humility, courage, and obedience. Your waiting is not wasted. It is forming the version of you that the next chapter cannot live without. And yet, there is something deeper about waiting that most people never realize. Something sacred, something hidden, something that explains why the delay feels so personal and why the journey feels so painful. Because waiting is not just about what God is preparing for you. It is about what God is preparing in you. Let's go there. There are dangers you prayed against, without even knowing you prayed. There are traps you asked God to shield you from, without realizing the danger was ahead. Sometimes the delay isn't the enemy. It's the shield. God sees conversations you were never meant to hear, opportunities that would have drained you, relationships that would have wounded you, pathways that look harmless now, but would have altered your destiny later. Waiting feels like a roadblock, but often it's a layer of divine protection. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. Psalm 121, verse 7. Consider the Israelites at the Red Sea. If God had taken them the shorter route, they would have faced enemies they weren't strong enough to fight. So God delayed them, not to frustrate them, but to protect them. Some delays in your life are God saying, "You're safe with me. You don't know what I'm keeping you from, but I do." If God answered everything immediately, you would celebrate the blessing, but miss the blesser. In waiting, you learn his voice. You learn his nature. You learn to cling to him, not just reach for him. Waiting deepens faith, because it empties you of self-reliance and fills you with God-dependence. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Sometimes God is saying, "Stop striving, child. Let me be the one who moves this mountain." Hannah waited for a child. Her waiting season birthed not just Samuel, but a deeper intimacy with God. Her tears became prayer. Her pain became surrender. Her waiting became worship. Your waiting is not a dead place. It is the soil of a story God is writing with intentionality. There will come a day when you look back and say, "If God had answered sooner, I wouldn't have seen his power like this." The testimony being formed in you is going to speak to people you haven't even met yet. And we know that all things work together for good. Romans 8:28. Sarah laughed at God's timing. But when Isaac was born, the testimony carried more weight, because the promise came through years of longing, questioning, and waiting. Your testimony will carry weight too. Child of God, listen to me. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not being punished. You are being held. God is nearer in your waiting than he has ever been in your breakthroughs. Feel his presence in the quiet. Feel his arms in the tension. Feel his love in the slowness. Feel his purpose even in the questions. Every tear you've cried in secret has been counted in heaven. Every sigh, every prayer, every whisper. God has heard them all, and he hasn't just heard them. He has woven them into your destiny. Waiting is not the absence of movement. It is the movement you cannot yet see. And here is the truth heaven wants to speak over you. Your waiting season will not last forever. There is a moment, marked in God's calendar, written before you were born, when the doors will open, the prayer will be answered, and the thing you have been aching for will suddenly feel within reach. It won't be random. It will be right on time. God is already moving the pieces. He is already preparing the people. He is already shifting circumstances. He is already aligning the provision. You may not see it yet, but heaven is building momentum. Your story is about to turn. Your heart is about to rise. Your season is about to shift. When God finally says now, it will make sense why he said not yet. Speak this out loud. God's timing is perfect. I am not behind. I am not forgotten. God is preparing me, protecting me, and positioning me. My waiting is working for my good. I speak peace over your mind, strength over your spirit, hope over your heart. May the God who sees you, loves you, and fights for you lift you, guide you, and sustain you in this season. You are held, you are loved, and you are right where God needs you to be. If this spoke to you, you're not alone, and you're welcome here.